Creator Academy introduction. Think like a creator. Welcome to Creator Academy. Before we talk about business, before we talk about branding, before we talk about video production, before we talk about social media, I want to ask you one question. Why do some creators build careers that last for decades, while others never reach the potential they know they're capable of? Imagine two creators. They have similar talent, similar equipment, similar opportunities. Both work incredibly hard. Years later, one's built a recognizable brand, a thriving business, a loyal community, the freedom to keep creating. The other is still chasing the breakthrough they thought would have happened years ago. What changed? Most people answer with words like talent, luck, money, connections, the algorithm. Sometimes those things matter, but if they were the real explanation, there wouldn't be patterns. Yet across music, film, photography, business, YouTube, and nearly every creative industry, the same patterns appear again and again. The tools change, technology changes, platforms change, but the creators who continue growing almost always think differently before they act different. They make thousands of decisions: what to create, who it's for, what opportunities deserve their attention, what they should ignore, how to solve problems, how to adapt when the world changes. No single decision creates an extraordinary career, but thousands of thoughtful decisions often do. The quality of your creative life is the cumulative result of your decisions. That is the idea behind Creator Academy. Today, information is everywhere. You can learn almost anything: how to edit videos, how to market online, how to build a business, how to use artificial intelligence, how to grow in social media. Yet despite having access to more information than any generation before us, many creators still feel stuck, because information isn't the problem. Information tells you what. Judgment helps you decide when, why, and whether you should do it at all. Knowing 100 tactics doesn't guarantee a great decision. Understanding timeless principles makes good decisions far more likely. That's why Creator Academy doesn't exist to give you more information. It exists to improve the way you think, because better thinking creates better decisions. Better decisions create better work. Better work creates more opportunities to improve people's lives. As you move through these courses, you'll notice we're rarely chasing trends. We're not trying to beat algorithms. We're not teaching shortcuts that disappear next year. Technology changes. Human nature changes much more slowly. People still look for meaning. People still build trust. People still remember stories. People still support creators who consistently create value. If you understand the principles beneath changing technology, you'll never have to start over every time the world evolves. You'll simply adapt. Everything inside Creator Academy is built around 4 questions. The first asks, how does creative work become more sustainable? That's business. You'll learn how value becomes opportunity becomes leverage, and creativity becomes something that can endure. The second asks, what should that value mean? That's branding. Because people don't simply remember products. They remember identities, experiences, stories. The third asks, how should that value be communicated? That's video production. Because cameras don't change lives. Ideas do. Production exists to help ideas reach people. The fourth asks, how does that value move through people? That's social media marketing. Because even extraordinary work cannot change someone's life. The people who need it never discover it. These aren't 4 separate subjects. They're 4 perspectives on the same creative system. Business creates sustainability. Branding creates meeting. Video creates communication. Social media creates movement. When they work together, creators stop chasing isolated tactics and begin building complete creative systems. Throughout every course, you'll use something called the Creator Playbook. Think of it as a record of your thinking, not your notes, your thinking. You'll answer questions, challenge assumptions, revise ideas, and revisit your conclusions as your understanding grows. Because learning isn't collecting information. Learning is changing the way you make decisions. You'll also hear us reference an optional companion called Idea OS. Idea OS is not Creator Academy. It isn't here to replace these lessons, and it should never replace your own judgment. Instead, after you've completed a lesson, worked through your Creator Playbook, and reached your own conclusions, Idea OS can challenge your assumptions, reveal blind spots, offer alternative perspectives, and pressure test your reasoning. Its purpose isn't to think for you. Its purpose is to help you think more clearly. As we begin, I'd like you to make one small promise to yourself. Don't ask, what's the fastest way to grow? Ask, what creates the most long-term value? Don't ask, how do I beat the algorithm? Ask, how do I become someone worth remembering? Don't ask, what's working right now? Ask, what principles will still be true 10 years from now? Those questions will shape every decision you make from this point forward. And over time, those decisions will shape the creator you become. The goal of Creator Academy isn't simply to help you make better videos, or stronger brands, or better businesses, or larger audiences. The goal is something much bigger, to help you become the kind of creator who can continue learning, continue adapting, continue creating value, no matter how technology platforms or industries evolve. Because creators who think well, create well, lead well, adapt well, and leave behind work that continues creating value long after they're gone. Every remarkable creative journey begins with a single decision. Today, you've made yours. Welcome to Creator Academy. Now let's answer the first question every creator eventually faces. How does creative work become sustainable? Let's begin. Business Part 5, the creator economy and revenue models. Central question: how does money actually move through the creator economy? Many creators believe there is one secret to making money: the perfect platform, the perfect product, the perfect algorithm, perfect income stream. Reality is much different. The most successful creator businesses almost never rely on a single source of income. Instead, they build systems where one piece of creative work creates value in many different ways. The question isn't, how do creators make money? The better question is, how does value flow through a creator business? Money doesn't appear randomly. It follows value. The better you understand that flow, the better you'll understand why some creators struggle while others build businesses that continue growing for decades. Revenue is captured value. Businesses begin with value. Revenue is one way that value is exchanged. Every creator business follows the same economic pattern. Value created, people benefit, trust grows, value is exchanged, revenue, profit, reinvestment, better value. Revenue is not the goal. Revenue is evidence that value is successfully moved through the system. Businesses that focus only on extracting money eventually weaken. Businesses that continually create more value generally strengthen. The creator revenue stack. Traditional businesses often depend on one primary source of income. Modern creator businesses rarely do. Instead, they build a revenue stack. Audience, advertising, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, products, merchandise, memberships, courses, licensing, royalties, services, events, publishing, equity, investments. Each revenue stream supports the other. When one slows down, the business continues operating. Diversification is not about collecting as many income streams as possible. It's about reducing dependence on any single one. Revenue models. Every revenue model answers the same questions. Who pays? What are they paying for? Why do they pay? How often do they pay? What does it cost to deliver? What remains as profit? Using those questions, almost every creator business can be understood. Throughout the creator economy, you'll encounter many common models. YouTube monetization, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, advertising, merchandise, digital products, physical products, memberships, subscriptions, online courses, consulting, creative services, licensing, royalties, publishing, live events, brand deals, equity, investments, crowdfunding, donations, and ticket sales. These are not separate businesses. They're different ways of capturing value. Why YouTube is one of the highest ROI opportunities. Many people think YouTube pays well because of advertising. Advertising is actually one of the least interesting reasons to build a YouTube channel. The real advantage is that one video can continue creating value long after it is published. Unlike a live performance, consulting session, or client project, a video can continue working while you're creating the next one. One investment can generate discovery, brand growth, trust, ad revenue, sponsorship opportunities, affiliate sales, merchandise sales, course sales, memberships, speaking opportunities, and business partnerships. The same creative project can produce many different returns simultaneously. That is extraordinary leverage. YouTube monetization. Before creators can earn advertising revenue, they generally must qualify for the YouTube Partner Program, or the YPP. Current requirements include early fan funding, 500 subscribers, 3 public uploads within the last 90 days, and either 3,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months or 3 million shorts views in the previous 90 days. This can unlock features like memberships, super chat, super thanks, and shopping in eligible regions. Full ad revenue sharing, 1,000 subscribers and either 4,000 valid public watch hours in the previous 12 months or 10 million valid shorts views within 90 days. Getting monetized is not the finish line. It's the point where your growing library of creative assets can begin generating direct advertising revenue in addition to every other business opportunity. CPM and RPM, 2 terms every creator should understand. CPM, cost per milli, the amount advertisers pay for 1,000 ad impressions. RPM, revenue per milli, the amount creators actually receive per 1,000 monetized views after YouTube shares. RPM varies dramatically because different audiences create different business value. Approximate RPM ranges: music, $1 to $5, entertainment, $2 to $6, gaming, $2 to $8, technology, $6 to $15, business, $10 to $30, finance, $15 to $40, or even more. Why? Because advertisers selling expensive products or services can often earn much more from each customer than advertisers selling entertainment products. Business value influences advertising value. One project, many revenue streams. Imagine 2 creators each invest approximately 40 hours. Creator 1 performs 1 live concert. Example, ticket revenue, $2,000. Expenses, venue, -300. Travel, -250. Crew, -300. Food, -150. Merch costs, -150. Approximate profit, $850. The performance was valuable, but the next weekend begins at 0. Creator B spends 40 hours producing 1 excellent YouTube video. Example, 250,000 views. RPM, $8. Ad revenue, $2,000. But advertising is only the beginning. Suppose the same video also generates sponsor, $3,000, affiliate sales, $400, merchandise, $700, course sales, $2,500, memberships, $900, approximate total, $9,500. Those numbers are illustrative, not guaranteed. Many creators earn less. Some earn far more. The lesson is not the exact amount. The lesson is that one creative asset can produce multiple independent revenue streams simultaneously while continuing to generate opportunities long after publication. That's why YouTube can become one of the highest ROI opportunities available to creators. Smosh, one video, many businesses. One Smosh Games video could simultaneously contribute to advertising revenue, sponsorship income, affiliate commissions, memberships, cross-promotion to other channels, podcast growth, live event promotion, audience acquisition, long-term video library value. One project, many returns. Video is not simply content. It is a business asset. Creator business ecosystems. The strongest creator businesses resemble ecosystems rather than income streams. Mr. Beast. Videos, attention, sponsorships, festivals, sales, merchandise, philanthropy, new audiences, better videos. MKBHD. Videos, trust, sponsors, products, studio growth, larger opportunities. Linus Tech Tips. Videos, trust, merchandise, flowplane, events, labs, technology products. Taylor Swift. Songs, touring, merchandise, licensing, publishing, brand partnerships, intellectual property. Different businesses, the same architecture. Value moves through an interconnected system. Profit matters. Revenue is not profit. A creator earning $500,000 in revenue is not necessarily more successful than one earning $200,000. Expenses matter. Taxes matter. Payroll matters. Equipment matters. Marketing matters. Growth requires reinvestment. Healthy businesses optimize for sustainable profit rather than impressive revenue numbers. Revenue shows improvement. Profit shows efficiency. Cash flow determines survival. Cash flow. Many profitable businesses still fail. Why? Because money arrives too slowly while expenses arrive immediately. Cash flow measures when money enters and leaves the business. A creator earning $100,000 annually may still struggle if expenses consistently arrive before revenue. Cash flow is the fuel that allows businesses to continue operating while long-term assets continue compounding. Case studies. Mr. Beast continuously reinvests enormous portions of revenue into better content, creating a flywheel where improved videos generate larger audiences, larger sponsorships, greater business opportunities, and additional reinvestment. MKBHD built one of the world's most trusted technology brands through consistency, allowing sponsorships, products, partnerships, and media opportunities to reinforce one another. Linus Tech Tips expanded beyond advertising into merchandise, subscription platforms, events, testing laboratories, and multiple companies built on audience trust. Taylor Swift transformed music into a diversified business through touring, publishing, merchandise, licensing, ownership, and intellectual property. Liquid Death demonstrates how strong branding can transform a simple physical product into a premium media-driven business. Evidence. Digital distribution allows creators to reach global audiences with almost zero additional distribution costs per view after publication. Unlike many traditional businesses, digital assets such as videos, courses, books, software, and music libraries can continue generating value long after their initial creation. Businesses with diversified revenue sources are generally more resilient than businesses depending on single customer, platform, sponsor, or product. Successful creator businesses repeatedly reinvent profits into improving value, assets, and systems rather than maximizing short-term extraction. Vocabulary. Today we introduce CPM, cost per milli, RPM, revenue per milli, sponsorship, affiliate marketing, gross profit, net profit, margin, cash flow, CAC, customer acquisition cost, LTV, lifetime value, revenue diversification. These terms help explain how value becomes sustainable business, connecting to the creator ROI pyramid. Enterprise, legacy, and long-term value, opportunity ROI, financial ROI, attention ROI, brand ROI, value foundation. Today's lesson focuses primarily on financial ROI, but revenue is strongest when every level beneath it is healthy. Brand creates trust, attention creates discovery, value creates demand, revenue becomes the natural result. Creator playbook. Design your own creator revenue stack. List every potential revenue stream available to your business. Which align with your values? Which depend entirely on platforms you don't control? Which could become reoccurring? Which strengthen your existing assets instead of distracting from them? Idea OS homework. Evaluate every revenue stream you're considering. Pressure test each one. Does it fit your brand? Does it genuinely create value? How much control do you have? How profitable could it become? How well does it support your long-term creator enterprise? Prioritize the highest ROI opportunities, not simply the fastest money. Closing. The greatest creator businesses don't ask, how can I make money? They ask, how can one piece of value create many opportunities? That question changes everything, because sustainable businesses are not built by chasing income. They're built by creating value so consistently and structuring it so intelligently that revenue begins flowing through many different channels at once. In our final lesson, we'll bring everything together: value, ROI, assets, systems, revenue, and transform them into one complete blueprint for building a creator business that can continue creating value not just next month, but for decades.